You've tried everything, different strategies, different indicators, different time frames. You've watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos, you've backtested, you've practiced on demo, and you're still not profitable. You follow your plan some days. Other days you break every rule. You have winning trades that you exit too early, losing trades that you hold too long, and you can't figure out what you're missing. Here's what nobody tells you. You're not missing one thing. You're missing the connection between two things. And until you understand how these two pieces fit together, you'll keep spinning your wheels. Most traders spend their entire career focused on one, while completely ignoring the other, and they wonder why nothing works. So let me show you what's really holding you back. Let's start with why most traders get this wrong. Most traders fall into one of two camps. Camp 1, the strategy obsessed. These traders spend all their time looking for the perfect system. They backtest everything. They try every indicator. They're convinced that if they just find the right strategy, they'll be profitable. They completely ignore the psychological side. They think, once I have a winning strategy, the rest will take care of itself. And then they get a profitable strategy. It works in backtesting, it works on demo, they go live, and they can't execute it. They take profits too early, they move stops, they revenge trade after losses. The strategy was profitable, but they still lost money. Camp 2, the psychology focused. These traders know emotional control matters. They meditate, they journal, they work on discipline. They can take losses without spiraling. They can sit in cash patiently. But their strategy sucks. It has no edge. It's just random entries with good risk management, and no amount of emotional control can make a bad strategy profitable. So they execute perfectly, they stay disciplined, and they slowly bleed their account. And eventually they quit, because what's the point of perfect execution if you're still losing? Both camps fail, because you need both sides. So let's talk about the strategy side first. Here's what most traders don't understand about strategies. Not every strategy works on every instrument. You can't take a strategy that works on ES and expect it to work on NQ. You can't take an indicator that works on Forex and assume it works on crypto. Every market has different behavior, different volatility, different patterns. So the first rule, match your strategy to your instrument. What works on one market might fail on another. You need to test specifically on what you're trading, and here's how you test. Demo first, always. I don't care how confident you are in your strategy. Trade it on demo for at least a month, 100 trades minimum, because what works in backtesting often fails in real time. Slippage, latency, psychological pressure. Demo helps you catch these issues before you risk real money. But here's the bigger problem nobody talks about. Strategy decay. Your strategy works great in January. You're making consistent profits. February comes and suddenly you're breaking even. March hits and you're losing. What happened? The market changed and your strategy didn't. This is strategy decay, and it's inevitable. Markets evolve, volatility shifts, correlations break. What gave you an edge 3 months ago might not work today. And here's why this destroys retail traders. They think once they find a winning strategy, they're done. They can just run it forever. Set it and forget it. That's not how it works. Every strategy has a shelf life. Eventually, market conditions shift enough that your edge disappears. And if you're not monitoring this, if you're not adapting, you'll go from profitable to break-even to losing without even realizing why. This is exactly why institutions dominate. They're not using static strategies. They're using machine learning systems that continuously learn from previous data. Their algorithms analyze thousands of trades. They identify what's working and what's not. They adjust parameters automatically based on current market conditions. They're adapting in real time while you're still running the same strategy from 6 months ago. Think about it. Institutions have entire teams of data scientists building systems that learn, that evolve, that adapt to every market shift. They're not hoping their strategy keeps working. They know it will, because it's designed to change with the market. And this is the gap between retail and institutional trading. You're fighting with a static strategy. They're using adaptive systems powered by machine learning and previous market data. But here's the problem with only focusing on strategy. Let's say you do everything right on the strategy side. You found a system that works on your instrument. You tested it on demo for months. You're adapting as markets change. You even have tools that use machine learning to optimize your edge. You have a genuinely profitable strategy. Congratulations. You're ahead of 95% of traders, but if you can't control your emotions, you're still going to lose. Here's what happens. Your strategy says, take this trade, but you're scared, you hesitate, you miss it, it goes on to be a winner. Now you're frustrated. Your strategy says, take your stop loss, but you're hoping it comes back. You move your stop. The trade goes deeper against you. You lose twice what you should have. Your strategy says you're done for the day. You hit your target, but you keep trading. You give back all your profits. This is the gap between having a profitable strategy and being a profitable trader. The strategy works. You just can't execute it. And this isn't a minor issue. This is the primary reason traders fail. Not because their strategy is bad, because they can't follow it consistently. You can have a strategy with a 60% win rate and a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Mathematically, you should be crushing it. But if you exit winners early because you're scared, you just destroyed your risk-reward. If you hold losers because you're hoping, you just destroyed your win rate. Emotional control isn't optional, it's mandatory. Without it, even the best strategy becomes useless. But the reverse is just as true. Now let's flip it. Let's say you have perfect emotional control. You can take losses without tilting. You follow your rules religiously. You never revenge trade. You're disciplined, but your strategy has no edge. It's just break even at best. Or worse, it's slowly losing. Maybe it worked once, but strategy decay killed it, and you didn't adapt. What happens? You execute perfectly, you stay disciplined, and you still lose money. Month after month, you're down a little. Nothing dramatic, just a slow bleed. You're doing everything right psychologically, but your account keeps shrinking, and eventually, you quit. Because what's the benefit of mastering your emotions if you're still losing? This is the trap that the psychology is everything crowd falls into. They think discipline and emotional control are enough. They're not. You can be the most disciplined trader in the world, but if you're disciplined at executing a losing strategy or a decayed strategy that no longer works, you're just losing money consistently instead of inconsistently. The truth is, psychology without a profitable strategy is just organized failure. You're failing efficiently. You're failing calmly, but you're still failing. And here's the cruel part. You might actually stick with trading longer than the emotional trader because you're not blowing up, you're not having dramatic losses, you're just slowly bleeding. But the end result is the same. You quit. Because no one stays in a game where they lose consistently, no matter how disciplined they are. So here's the reality. You need both. There's no way around it. A profitable strategy without emotional control, you can't execute it. You'll sabotage your own edge. Perfect emotional control without a profitable strategy, you'll execute perfectly and still lose. They're not separate skills. They're two sides of the same coin, and you can't have one without the other if you want to actually make money. Think about it like this. Your strategy is the engine. Your psychology is the driver. You need a working engine, but even the best engine is useless if the driver can't control the car. Or flip it. You can be the best driver in the world, but if the engine doesn't work, or if it breaks down from decay and you don't fix it, you're not going anywhere. This is why both go hand in hand. This is why you can't just focus on one and hope it's enough. And here's what most traders do wrong. They work on whichever one they think is their weakness, and they ignore the other. I'm disciplined, I just need a better strategy. So they chase strategies and never work on psychology. I have a good strategy, I just need better discipline. So they work on mindset and never improve or adapt their strategy. Both approaches fail, because even if you fix your weakness, you're still missing half the equation. The winning approach, Work on both simultaneously. Build a profitable strategy while building emotional control. Monitor for decay while building discipline. They're not sequential steps. They're parallel developments. So here's how you actually do this. If you want to become consistently profitable, here's your roadmap. On the strategy side, pick an instrument. 1. Don't try to trade everything. Focus on one market until you master it. Find a strategy designed for that instrument. Remember, what works on ES might not work on gold. What works on Forex might not work on crypto. Match the strategy to the market. Test it on demo, at least 100 trades. Track everything: win rate, average win, average loss, risk reward. Don't go live until you have proof it works. Then monitor for decay. Track performance weekly. If your win rate drops, if your average win decreases, if something feels off, investigate. The market might be changing. Your edge might be fading. Adapt continuously. Adjust parameters. Test new variations. And if you're serious about staying profitable long-term, look into tools that use machine learning. Systems that learn from previous data and adapt automatically. This is what keeps institutional traders ahead. They're not running static systems, they're running adaptive ones. That's the strategy side. That's your edge. On the psychology side, build systems that remove emotion. Don't rely on willpower. Set hard rules, daily loss limits, profit targets, max trades per day. Make it impossible to overtrade or revenge trade. Track emotional metrics. Did you follow your plan? Did you take your stops? Did you let winners run? Score yourself on execution, not just profit. Journal every trade, not just what happened, but how you felt, what you were thinking, where you struggled. This builds self-awareness and practice patience with learning, with growth, with the process. Because even with a profitable strategy and good psychology, it takes time for results to show. That's the psychology side, that's your execution. Now combine them. Don't work on one and ignore the other. Build both, because a profitable strategy tells you when to trade. Emotional control lets you actually do it. Continuous adaptation keeps your edge alive. Together, they make you unstoppable. You have an edge that evolves with the market, and you can execute it consistently without sabotaging yourself. That's the formula. That's what actually works. Strategy and psychology, edge and execution, adaptation and discipline. Get both, and you'll make it.